Hello friends, myself Assistant Professor Sachin Pathare. I have been inducted for your subject which is titled as Property Law and Easement. This subject is for the syllabus of LLB second year as well as BLLB fourth year is there. So this subject for this semester, under this subject we have to cover uh, the 10 modules which has been set for this syllabus. So today's our first lecture is relating to introduction towards the property law and easement is there. So the title of this law of this subject is state that property law and easement. Under this property law we have to take into consideration these two laws, the Transfer of Property Act 1882 as well as the Easement Act of 1882. These two acts which has been provided under this syllabus, the title as property law and easement is there. So in today's introductory lecture, we will focus what are the objectives which has been set for this syllabus is there, as well as what type of property is covered under this act is there. So as I have already stated to you that this is our introductory lecture. So introduction toward this subject, what it covers and what are the objectives behind putting such type of syllabus for your course is there. So here this is the objective of the course. This syllabus is provided for LLB second and BLLB fourth is there. So for this purpose there are certain objectives behind this subject is there. So what are those? So this subject which has been is covering the study relating to Transfer of Property Act is there as well as easement is there. So it is a fundamental law which covers the principle. This is the first object that this is the main point under this act is there. This act, this is the subject of fundamental law which covers the principles which are applicable to the transfer of all kinds of properties. This is the fundamental law. This is called as the fundamental law. You all know very well that Constitution is called as the grand norm. It is the law of the land. So all the other laws which may be enacted by legislatures, by central legislature as well as state government is there. So all those laws must be in consonance with the Constitution or constitutional principles. Because your Constitution is the fundamental law, and if any law which is made by Parliament or state government is there, and if it is derogatory or contradictory to the provisions of Constitution, so at that time judiciary by its weapon that is known as the judicial review can struck it down. It may be held as an ultra virus or unconstitutional is there. So similarly, dealing with the matters of transfer of property, the principles which have been governed, the fundamental or basic principles which have been governed to transfer all kinds of property has been incorporated, has been provided under this Transfer of Property Act. So that's why this law is called as the subject is called as the fundamental law. It is the fundamental law. So whatever mode of transfer of property which are provided in any other law is there, or in according to the operation of law is there, or by operation of parties is there, by the court order is there. But the basic principles which have been enshrined under this Transfer of Property Act, it must be observed. So that's why this is called as the fundamental law. So what are the principles which have been provided for transfer of property, any kind of property, but the basic principles which have been incorporated or imbibed in this Transfer of Property Act. So that's why Transfer of Property Act is a fundamental law relating to transfer of property. This is the first most important thing relating to this subject in there. Next one is the object behind this act is that the foundation is necessary for the better understanding to the students what are those special laws which deal with the transfer of properties there. What is the basic object? This is the foundation is necessary to understand to the students. So what are those special laws which covers the transfer of property? So those special laws which have been also provided or their reference which has been provided under this act is there. So this foundation, unless and until you know what is the foundation or what are the foundational principles which have been provided for as a special laws to transfer of property, you will be not able to understand the kinds of properties and in what manner, what are the modes and what is the procedure which has been followed while transferring that particular property is there. So to acquaint the students with the transfer of property, what are the principles and what are the modes of transferring the property from one person to another person, for this purpose to acquaint all those principles or modes to the students. This is one of the object behind providing such type of subject to LLB second year and BLLB fourth year is there. While taking into consideration all those things, it will enable to the students to appreciate after getting into consideration what this law is, what principles which have been covered under this act, and what type of property is transferred from one person to another person is there. So after taking into consideration, after understanding all those basic principles and the modes of transfer which has been provided under this act, it will enable to the student to appreciate the fundamental principles. After getting into consideration whatever the object which has been provided under this act is there, under this law is there, that it will appreciate to the student to acquaint or enable the student to know the fundamental principles, the features, rights and liabilities of the parties and consequences of specific transactions which affecting the properties there. After getting into consideration the basic principles which have been provided under the Transfer of Property Act as well as the Easement Act is there, thereafter student will become able to know or they will appreciate. What they will appreciate? So student will appreciate the fundamental principles, the features, rights and liabilities of the parties as well as the consequences of the specific transactions affecting the immovable property. This Transfer of Property Act mainly deals with the immovable property. It not mostly speak with the movable property. It specifically speak about the immovable property. In what manner it has been provided, what are those provisions, under which chapters it has been provided, that we will take it later on into consideration. But when we are focusing on what are the objectives of this course, so at that time, after getting into consideration, this is the fundamental law, this the foundation is necessary to understand the students relating to the principles and modes of the transfer of property. So after getting into consideration all those things, student will become able to know the fundamental principles as well as the features and the rights and liabilities of the parties, and thereafter the consequences of specific transactions relating to the immovable property. Apart from that, this act has also focused on actionable claims. So this actionable claims, this is one of the recent or modern business environment in financing models. So actionable claims in a recent area, it has a great importance. So such type of actionable claims, this is also one of the mode of transfer of property from one person to another person. This has been also covered. So to acquaint the students relating to these actionable claims, this is also one of the object of this syllabus is there or of this course is there. With this property law and easement also covers that easement and licenses. So under this syllabus there are 10 modules. Out of these 10 modules, module number 9 and module number 10, which comprises sections 1 to section 64. So these two modules has been devoted for the easement and licenses is there. So in this way, this is the such type of scenario. This is the objectives of this course which has been set for this LLB second year and BLLB fourth year is there. After discussing all these objectives, you might have understood what has been covered under this subject and what are those objectives for better understanding, for getting more knowledge relating to modes of transfer of property, to acquaint the students with all those principles and modes of the transfer of property. These things you might have understood. So with this, the objectives, I will stop here, and thereafter I would like to move towards the next point is there.